Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session and called number 332034. Case of style, the state of Texas versus Phyllis Ann Gibson. Phyllis Ann Gibson was previously sworn in. But the attorney, Mr. West, waived the record of her case. Ms. Gibson, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. This information alleges that on or about March 10th of 2022, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed to Class B misdemeanor offense of criminal trespassing. Ms. Gibson, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to discharge Ms. Gibson, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Because I'm guilty.
Yes. Okay, now, Ms. Gibson, I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery, well, misdemeanor plea admonishments. On page 2 of, well, okay, on page 1 of this document, it states that this is a one box that's checked stating that this is a Class B misdemeanor. And it says that the range of punishment for a Class B misdemeanor is confinement in jail for a term not to exceed 180 days, a fine not to exceed $2,000, or both such fine and confinement. Do you understand the range of punishment for a Class B misdemeanor? Listen to what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So that's just a range of punishment. Now, also, this is a plea bargain case, and Ms. Gibson, if a plea bargain does exist, the court must inform you in open court whether or not it will follow the agreement before a finding is made on your plea. Should the court reject your agreement, you'll be entitled to withdraw your plea. So what that means, Ms. Gibson, is that the judge the plea is coming before me, the judge, and then the judge will let you know whether or not, I will let you know whether or not I will follow your plea bargain agreement. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, if I don't follow the agreement that you made with the state, you can take back your plea, which means you can withdraw your plea. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, Ms. Gibson, and if I do follow the plea bargain agreement, if you want to appeal your case, what an appeal is like you want to have a higher court look at your case to determine whether or not you've been wrongfully convicted or whether or not I committed an error. You would have to get my permission if you want to appeal your case. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
Now, let's see. Now, Miss okay. Now, Ms. Gibson, you're present there with your attorney.
Yes, sir.
And that you are aware, or you're aware of the consequences of your plea. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Gibson, I'll ask your attorney this later on about whether or not, now, are you competent to stand trial?
Yes.
All right. Now, are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
And in this case, Ms. Gibson, you're not having a jury trial. Your case is just coming before me, the judge. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You know, you have a right to have a jury trial. However, you are waiving your right to have a jury trial. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Gibson, there are a set of initials on this document, PG. is next to a box that's checked guilty. Did you place your initials on this document on page 2?
Yes, I did. I don't see well.
Okay, I'm looking at a PG and this is a document right here.
Yes, sir. I don't see good. So
Okay.
I signed it wrong.
No,
My
that's
name is
right.
Phyllis Gibson.
I know,
signed
but
it wrong.
no. Now listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying your initials, Phyllis
Yes.
Gibson, or is PG,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes.
And that's what you put your initials where they said initials, PG. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's what I was asking you.
Oh.
Okay.
I
Now,
thought I did it wrong.
no. I'm telling you what I see on this document.
Yes, sir.
Everything basically what I'm asking you is what I see on the document, and I'm asking you questions based on that.
Yes, sir.
Now, on the next page of the same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled defendant. And did you sign this document?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, on the next document that I have, this document is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Now, on this document, Ms. Gibson, now it basically says that you received a copy of this certification. In essence, your attorney went over this certification with you and gave you a copy. It says that I have been informed of my right concerning an appeal of this case, including my right to a pro se petition for discretionary review. What that basically means is if you appealed your case, Ms. Gibson, and if your appeal was denied, you have a right to file an appeal to a higher court. And that appeal, you'll be filing that to the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals. You'll be filing what is called a pro se petition for discretionary review. And I'll explain that to you. Pro se means on your own without an attorney. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, this is on the document that you signed now. And your attorney must give you or mail you a copy of the Court of Appeals judgment and opinion to your last known address. And you have only 30 days to file a pro se petition for discretionary review. So if you decided to file one, your attorney would give you the address. He would send it to your last known address to notify you that you only had 30 days left to file a pro se petition for discretionary review with the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals.
Okay.
Now, if you had any change of address, you must inform the appellate attorney by writing to them of any change of address where you are currently living. If you have changed an address, if you was filing a petition for discretionary review. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, do you understand that, as I stated earlier, you have these appellate deadlines, and if you fail it to timely inform any appellate attorney of any change in your address, you may lose the opportunity to file a pro se petition for discretionary review. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, at the bottom of this document that I just went over with you, there is a signature above the line that is titled defendant. And that signature looks like the same signature that was signed on. It says Phyllis. I guess your last name is Gibson.
Yes.
You also signed this document.
Yes.
And at the top of this same document, there are two boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And the next box that's checked states that you are waiving your right to an appeal, which means that you are giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Do I understand that? Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Gibson,
Yes.
did you sign a document out there on paper that is titled discovery? Discovery certification?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Ms. Gibson, before you signed and initialed all of these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that he went over?
I thought I did, yes, sir.
Okay, and I just went over it with you again. Did you understand everything that we
Yes,
just went over?
sir. Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Ms. Gibson, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer States 1?
Yes, Your Honor. State offer stage 1.
No objection.
No objection. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. And Mr. West, you advise and counsel Ms. Gibson, is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
Your Honor, I know there's been some reports about that, and I read the reports from the doctor. I've talked to her. She seems to be competent. She understands what's going on. She was able to communicate with me. Very pleasant lady, and I don't think she's incompetent, no.
Okay, and Ms. Gibson,
Yes,
your
sir.
attorney has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir. Yes, I am.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, he has.
Okay, Ms. Gibson, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. And I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea of guilty in this case, Your Honor, the state is recommending confinement in the Jefferson County Jail for a period of 4 days. The state is asking that the court give defendant credit for 4 days previously spent in jail, making this a time served plea agreement, Your Honor. And the state is also asking that the court use defendant's time served to both tax and retire the court costs.
Okay, Ms. Gibson,
Yes, sir.
the state is offering that you serve 4 days in the Jefferson County Jail, but you will not have to serve 4 days in the Jefferson County Jail because you've already served 4 days in the Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you will be given credit for time that you've already served. The court cost in this case is $327, but you will not have to pay the $327 because the time that you spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court cost will be taxed and retired. Ms. Gibson, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Fair and just.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, I do.
Okay, now, Ms. Gibson, I will follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. If you do not have anything else that's holding you in jail, you should be getting out of jail today. This will conclude your case. Please follow the bailiff and have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Take that paper and give it to